Hello, and welcome to Video Performance 2. We begin with an update on the new COVID-19 stimulus bill, which Democrats are currently struggling to pass through Congress. The $1.9 trillion bill is currently being debated in the Senate, where it has been attacked by both Republicans and conservative Democrats. This opposition has forced the parties to compromise on several parts of the bill, throwing out a proposed minimum wage increase and decreasing unemployment benefits. Despite these cuts, the bill could provide significant relief. If passed in its current form, it would include $1,400 payments to Americans making less than $75,000 a year. The bill also extends unemployment benefits through August, expands the child tax credit to $3,600 per child, and gives financial aid to small businesses and renters. As the federal government responds to one crisis, our state is still dealing with the aftermath of another. In the wake of February's massive power outages, ERCOT CEO Bill Magnus was fired on Wednesday. ERCOT oversees 90% of the state's power grid and has come under fire in recent weeks for downplaying the potential threat of cold weather, which caused power to go offline for days in some parts of the state. Magnus is just one of several ERCOT leaders to step down after the crisis. Another senior official, as well as 6 board members, resigned before him. The turnover in leadership has been applauded by Governor Greg Abbott, who plans to prepare the power grid for future natural disasters. Retribution may have been swift in Texas, but residents of Minnesota might have to wait a bit longer for a different kind of justice. The trial of Derek Chauvin, the Minneapolis police officer arrested for killing George Floyd, may be delayed after an appeals court ruling Friday reconsidered adding a third-degree murder charge. Chauvin has already been charged with the more serious crime of second-degree murder, but a lower court will now convene to consider an additional charge. A third-degree murder charge would provide prosecutors an additional path to conviction. Chauvin's trial is scheduled to start on Monday, pending delays. He originally agreed to plead guilty to serve more than 10 years in prison, but the plea deal was rejected by the federal government. Moving on to some local news, Denton County prepares to administer its 100,000th COVID-19 vaccine on Friday. The vaccination hub at Texas Motor Speedway has been open since early February and has vaccinated around 20,000 people every week since. Vaccines are currently being administered to healthcare workers, those over 65, and those over 16 with chronic medical conditions. The U.S. added 379,000 jobs in February, soundly beating even the best predictions in the first job report of Joe Biden's presidency. The report shows a job market finally in recovery, but it still has a long way to go before it reaches pre-pandemic levels. As of February, 60% of jobs lost during the pandemic have been recovered. Finally, residents of southwest England were stunned recently when they saw what appeared to be a giant boat floating in the sky off the coastline. This peculiar sight was caused not by sorcery, but science, says a BBC meteorologist. This phenomenon is called a superior mirage, and it typically happens in cold weather conditions. Cold air falls down close to the sea, while warm air rises, bending light and making it appear as if objects on the surface are hovering. Well, that's all of our stories for today. I've been Wesley Bellish for Video Performance 2.